What up, YouTube? Yeah, we finna talk about which gig work pays the best. Which gig job pays the best? And we gonna talk about mobile gig work. Next time, we'll talk about. Next time we get into hands-on, the Winolos, the People Readies, the Jabus. We'll get into that next time. But this time, we talking about pick up and go. The DoorDashes, the Instacarts, the GoPuffs, the Uber Eats, even Uber. So which gig work pays the best? And if you ask me, if you truly ask me, because I done did a few of them, right? The first one I ever did was actually Uber. And when I did that, it probably was only like 2 times. When I say 2 times, like for 2 days. First day, money was alright. This was years ago. Second day, money was decent, but it wasn't up to my liking, and I felt like I had to just drive so far, picking a stranger up. First off, I was uncomfortable having a stranger behind me, picking them up. You gotta make sure they're comfortable. Drop them off wherever you drop them off at, and it's crazy because it's like I just couldn't really get with it. So I kind of just cut that short, did it for them 2 days. Didn't really like the pay, didn't really like how far I had to travel. Didn't know where I was traveling to. I don't know if it's updated now, but yeah, these are just some things that I didn't really like about, the whole Uber thing. So it's like, not really it for me. Next up after that was the DoorDash. I done did DoorDash a few different times, on a few different occasions. Let's rewind back. Grubhub. One of my boys, he let me use his Grubhub account when I had lost a job. And I would get up on there, and, it was alright, but it's like, I still had to travel places that they didn't tell you where you was going. Like I said, it might be a little different now, but at first, they wouldn't tell you where the location was where you had to drop it off at. So you just pick up an order blindsided, not knowing where you're going. I didn't really like that right there. But I had to do it because I had no other choice. I had lost my job. Down bad of my luck. My man's let me use his account to let me make some bread. So I did it. A few months. I don't know if so to say, but the first month I was really on there. I wasn't even making $100 a day. I was probably making like $40, $50 a day. And putting in work. Didn't really like it. A lot of driving. Didn't really like it. Like, so yeah, the Uber. So yeah, the Grubhub was second, and then came DoorDash. I remember using my little brother's account during that time. Of using Grubhub, and then nope, it wasn't it. So what ended up happening and stuff. No, I'm lying. It was it. And so it was decent. I used it like 2 times when I wasn't on the Grubhub, but then something happened, so I couldn't use his account. And then months down the line, I was dealing with some girl, and I would use her account from time to time when I had to. It was alright, so to say, but this one day messed me up when I stood on there for like 8 hours. And mind you, this is DoorDash. Picking up food, doing the deliveries and all that whatnot, putting in work. I stood on there for 8 hours, and guess how much I made? 3 times 20. $60, man. It was like probably 7 hours, but $60, man, for what? Driving around, sitting around, looking, and you couldn't. I don't know. That was like the last straw for me with the DoorDash. right? So I was like, nah, can't do it. Then I end up getting accepted to GoPuff. Now let me tell you about GoPuff. GoPuff, look, I did it for one day, and then like I got accepted. I waited for months to get into the GoPuff. I got accepted, only to get deactivated the next day. And that first day was lovely. The pay was crazy. And what was so nice about it is you only go to one location. You don't gotta shop. You don't gotta pick up groceries and bag them up and scan all these different items and look around and take time. You don't gotta go pick up no food, wait for pennies. You just pick up from the GoPuff factory. The order's already ready. Scan it, boom, drop it off. They don't give you more than, I think it's a 5-mile radius where you have to go as far as being so far away from the headquarters. So that was a plus. So you'll be able to pick something up, drop it off extra quick. You know where you're going. You're going right back to the factory. And it was just so quick and easy. The money was lovely, man. That was the best mobile gig work I ever did for that one day. And I was trying to get that back. I was trying to get back on that. And it just wasn't happening, man. You know, for I guess, you know, well, I'm going to get it situated and try to get back on. But, yeah. So that, fast forward, where we at now, you know, I've been on Instacart. It's been exactly a year that I've been on here since May of last year, 2025, is when I got accepted. And it got its days. But if you grind and you're up and you're forward, yeah, this is to me, this is better than DoorDash. This is better than Uber. My boy's doing Uber Eats, and he said the money just ain't right over there neither. I don't know. If you know, put it in the comments if you do Uber Eats or did it, or know anybody that does it. But he said it wasn't right neither. But for the most part, this Instacart, yeah, to me, this is the one. You know, it's up to you. If you move around and go places, there's always something. There's always people that need groceries. Now, you could take a light order, or you could take a heavy order and be stuck. I like to take orders no more than like 20 items. Because I'm with 20 items, I'm in there 10, 15 minutes fast out. But when it gets to, you get one of the big things like 50, 60, nah, be in there all day. Especially at like an Aldi's or something where they don't have the aisle numbers, you know? If you know, you know. But what y'all think? What y'all think's the best mobile gig work? To me, like I said, Instacart been alright. They treat me decent since I've been doing it. I never really got to full on do it because I just got out of a crazy in and out relationship, so I never really got to really full on experience a full week or really get out of here and grind without any interruptions. But so far, so good. If you have, you know what it's about, and you know if it is lucrative like that, put it in the comments. Other than that, to me, out of all them mobile gig works, I'll say Instacart. But stay tuned for part 2, y'all.